Hello everyone! Today we will be working towards getting a villager trading hall ready and up and running, and by the end of the video I will have 3 villagers in the trading hall. My audio did not record for some reason, so I am doing a voiceover for this episode of my Forever World. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out where to build it, and was initially talking about the problems of not really knowing where to build it, and kind of deciding where to do so and where to put it. I did not make like a house or anything like that. I decided to put it in the ground, and um, having a minecart and 57 rails has made getting the villagers into the trading hall a lot easier, and I have had to deal with using beds and the day cycle, and I've had creepers blow up on me in the past. I've had zombies kill my villagers. It just really sucked when that happens, and so I was really happy to have, very pleased to have my minecart and the 57 rails that I got from the mine shaft in last episode. Tomorrow I will be uploading a video on a new SMP that I am joining called Crabcraft. They are in Season 7 of the SMP. They will be doing things like events as well. One of the ones that they have announced that they will be doing throughout the server, I believe, throughout the season, is called Headhunters. Don't expect me to be good at it. I'm not very good at PvP. I will try and participate in Headhunters as much as possible. I am looking forward to making content on the SMP for you guys and sharing the experience and having a lot of fun, meeting new people, meeting other small content creators, because I do believe that there are going to be a few other content creators on the SMP. But I am really looking forward to that, and that will, Season 7 starts at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and right now what I'm just waiting on is for it to open. And so I'm looking forward to it. But I do find out as well this video that in this recording that you can compost bread. I did not know that you could compost bread. It makes sense, but it definitely caught me off guard. And I can tell that I have not figured out a place to start building. I don't even have the shovel yet. I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I'm not really sure what I'm exactly doing at this point. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I think I'm looking for my bed. Which I didn't find. Oh, there is a second cleric. Watching the footage back, there is a second cleric in the village. I will not be putting that cartographer in the trading hall. I will not be putting all villagers in the trading hall. I will only be putting 6 in the trading hall. So, the 6 I am planning on putting in the trading hall are 2 librarians, 1 for unbreaking 3, 1 for mending, a toolsmith to trade 4 iron, and oh, I did in fact find my bed. I was a little surprised to see in one of the chests that gold ingots can apparently spawn in chests. I was surprised by that. And in village chests. And that was surprising. I don't remember exactly what I was saying here, or talking about here as... Oh yeah, the ink sac. Poor squid. That poor squid. I didn't even realize I picked up that ink sac, or that it died. Seems to happen a lot with squids in the game. Glow squid die really quickly because they suffocate really quickly when you're caving, and apparently squids on the surface can suffocate themselves because they end up on surface, on land. And I'm about to break ground on the trading hall here shortly, looking at villager trades, and right now I'm at this point in the video, I was originally talking about the trading hall and talking about planning out how I wanted to have it. So, it's an unfortunate thing that my audio didn't record. I am still learning. I'm messing around with Nvidia Broadcast, and I thought I got it into OBS working properly. Apparently, I did not. I should have tested that before I hit record. That was my bad. I'm looking at some flat areas here to start digging, and I'm making the shovel here to start digging out the trading hall. I do have a little bit of a mishap, as you'll see here shortly. I was looking for coal. I was talking about how I would need coal to light up the trading hall, thinking I didn't have any, but I had coal in my hotbar. And I made the joke that, well, my channel is called The Blind Gamer, so it is kind of fitting, and it's kind of amusing that I end up completely missing the coal in my hotbar. And I dig down the staircase. Can't look. I noticed that the sun is getting low. Can't find my bed. I don't find my bed, quite honestly. So I end up waking up a villager and just sleeping in their bed. My spawn point, I believe, at the end of the video is because of a yellow bed, I believe. And here the recording video will confirm it. I was surprised to see that I was actually on day 5. I thought I was on day 3. And so now I'm running back to the where I'm going to have the trading hall. And here I'm talking about having the roof be 2 thick instead of 1 thick. Won't really matter if a creeper blows up the roof, because it'll just blow through the 2 layers of dirt. Here I find the coal. And I'm like, oh, I'll mine it. I have vein miner, and look how massive this vein is. It is huge. So I'm gonna be good on coal for a while. I run myself dry, almost pretty much dry of blocks, trying to fill it in and get back up to the top. So that was a bit of an adventure, and took time away from getting villagers into the farm or into the trading hall. And I do end up talking about what's better, a Fletcher or a butcher, or a Fletcher or a stonemason in terms of easy emeralds. And I'm still not sure which actually is better, but I think it is the stonemason, because I think it's like 10 clay balls for 1 emerald versus I think versus 32 sticks for 1 emerald with the Fletcher. So, but for iron, for 1 emerald beats both of them, because I do plan on making an iron farm in a future episode. So that's partially why not all villagers are going to be going in the trading hall, because I will be using some villagers to make an iron farm. So right now I'm just repairing the hole that the mining of the coal made, and actually I overfill. I do overfill. Some of the deep slate does get mined back out, and this is the point at which I realized that, wait a minute, I actually messed up, because I want to go in that direction. I want to expand it in that direction. And so I am mining out that again when I did need to fill it in the first place. But I would have ended up mining the coal anyway. Sorry, had to yawn there. I would have had to fill it in anyway, because I would have had to mine the coal anyway, and it would have mined the entire vein. But as you can kind of see right here, I'm expanding the trading hall out. I made it asymmetrical at first, doing 5 on this side and only 4 on the other. But doing and having 5 on each side and all ends up being 6 villagers. And here I start mining on the same side as the entrance, thinking I will have villagers on both sides. That's why I made it 3 deep, the main area 3 deep, because I was gonna have I wanted some room to move around, but I realized that I don't need that many villagers actually, because I'm gonna be getting my diamonds in caves and just mine that way. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, as you can see. I need more coffee. I almost yawned again. So only 4. And so I'm like, you can see me shake the camera a little bit there. And shake my character's head a little bit, like I don't like this. And I decide to actually fill in these holes and switch to the other side and do and end up making 6 total bays for villagers for the villagers, and the villager hall will eventually get an overhaul to make it look nicer. I will eventually make it look nicer. However, for now, being on day 5 and being early in the series, it is going to be really bare bones, really looking quite terrible. When I get to the Nether, I might make it, or I might, I don't know what I'll do. Turning full bright off, then back on here, and kind of seeing how dark it is what I was doing. And you'll see very shortly when I realize that I've made it asymmetrically, actually, right here. I'm like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I break that torch. I switch to my shovel on the last one, realizing, why am I mining the dirt with a torch? And make a 6th bay. So now I have 6 bays, and I'm trying to figure out. I'm counting here: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I end up. You'll notice I end up counting the number of bays multiple times to kind of decide what villagers I want. And you'll see that multiple times. So I settled on having, like I said earlier, 2 librarians, a cleric, a toolsmith, a farmer, and a butcher. because they are all kind of the essentials. The butcher, I don't know. I don't know why I actually have the butcher now, but he's in place. As I think about the food source that the farmer sells being golden carrots, and that being one of the best food sources in the game, I guess early game food source for the butcher. Because it's going to take me time to max out my the farmer villager. So he sells me golden carrots. That is the same bed that my spawn is set on. It is more orange than yellow looking at it now. But overall, really, I don't know what I'm talking about here originally. Just planning a little bit, I think. Talking about getting villagers in the farm now. Counting. I'm counting, or I'm talking about what? I think I'm talking about the villagers that I want in each, not in necessarily in each pod, but rather what villagers I want in the hall to begin with. And it ends up, I decide that here I'm kind of deciding that I want the librarians on the end. And in this third slot here will end up being the toolsmith. The fourth slot ends up being the cleric. The fifth slot ends up being the farmer. And then in this last slot is the butcher. So the first villager I actually get is the farmer. And you'll see that here in a second. Closest to me overall, and I take advantage of that. Counting, nope, not counting, thought I was there. And I am looking for villagers, I think. Oh, I was rearranging my inventory for the getting the villagers. That's what I was doing. Thought about grabbing the cartographer. He wasn't showing me. I have visible traders as well, and then I'm frantically right-clicking on the villager, thinking, oh, I can't, because UI isn't opening, because I couldn't trade with him. I couldn't trade with him because his UI wasn't on, and it was because the game was lagging, and I realized it. And then it opens up, and I now can see his all trades he offers. Now, when I hover on the Woodland Mansion map, I made mention of totems. I will be making a raid farm in this world. Eventually. I don't know when, but I will. And I will try and figure something out with Lightmatica. Get the villager in the minecart here. Farmer. Farmer is the first villager I get in. And he was by far the easiest. And you will see for the first time of many times, I realize you can't place rails on path blocks. path blocks are not a full block. That is why. So I took the long way, but I ended up actually lining up better with the. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't take the long way. I took the long way for a second, and then actually would have been better looking at the path. Then I overshoot by one rail and drop the rails on down, and I don't think actually that I put rails down to the 5th bay. Oh no, I actually did. Okay. I thought I didn't. And I don't place a rail there. Oh no, I do. I guess I did. Truthfully, I didn't need to, because I could have just pushed the minecart all the way in. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually crafting trap doors to put on top or above the workstations so villagers cannot get out. And I can also toggle I can also kind of oh no. Sorry guys, my monitor just went dark there because I wasn't moving my mouse enough. So here I'm moving the villager in to the pod. And as you can see, he cannot get out because of that trapdoor. And I realize that I do not have a composter. And so I run back, I grab the composter that I think he was working at, and I run back and give it to him. Place it in front of him. So that works flawlessly. The next villager I get in was a pain. And the next villager was unemployed. It was an unemployed villager. And he was a headache because I tried with this farmer to grab him and get him over to where the previous rail was, where the rails are at. I don't know why I didn't just put a rail closer to him. And I'm throwing seeds thinking, oh, he'll pick them up. He's a farmer. He, in fact, did not. And then he starts and walking away, and I'm like, well, why is he doing this? And I realized he was walking to the bell social hour for the villagers. Not a big fan. While trying to move them, it happens. But a lot of things happen in Minecraft, and there I composted 2 pieces of one or 2. But got bone meal out of it and was kind of shocked. And then here I am running all around because these farmers are not losing their job site blocks. Or no, they're not losing their jobs. So I'm running around grabbing all the composters in the village. The ones that I can find. And they're socializing lot of villagers. It's gonna make a great iron farm. I also will be making a villager breeder as well for a raid farm. And I'm gonna make a modular. It's a modular iron farm. And it requires a lot of buttons around it to spawn proof. It requires 12 villagers. So it's a really simple design, but working with villagers is always tedious. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I want emeralds, so gotta do what you gotta do. And you gotta do what you gotta do for emeralds. And to progress in the world. So both in the world of Minecraft and in real life. Except, make money and get a career. Except in Minecraft, you're just monopolizing villagers to become overpowered. But anyway, and the minecart, yeah, I was trying to get the minecart to catch a villager, almost catch a villager there, and then it ends up in the trading hall, unfortunately. So I break it, and then I find the unemployed villager running over here. Thinking he had a job, I clicked on him twice, realizing he doesn't have a job. Great. However, it was a little bit of a hassle to catch it. Because he went, if he hadn't gone around the minecart, he would have made my life so much easier, but he's a Minecraft villager. He doesn't do that. And so I was like, okay. He's where he needs to be. And I'm like, I'm just gonna push it over to the trading hall. And I then place back more rails because I'm like, why am I doing it like this? That's stupid. So I'm placing down rails. I get it to connect up to the previously placed track, and I think to myself, will this connect up? Because I don't know if the minecart will jump over to the other track. And I get him on the rails, and then he turns and he gets on the other track. And I didn't readjust to the 6th way. I decided that this guy was going to be the butcher. So I push him in all the way to the back. And not thinking it'd be easier, I left click to break the minecart and accidentally hit the villager. So now I'm thinking, well, crap, I hope that golem isn't mad at me. But thankfully, he wasn't. You'll notice prices look normal on the farmer. They're normal on the farmer because I didn't hit him, and the other villager can't gossip to him. Nor can he gossip to other villagers, so only his prices are a little bit higher. And well, they'll be a little bit higher. Here, I could have pressed Shift to sneak because I have Tree Harvester. I would have mined the trees so much quicker, but I forgot about that. And so I run back down, I craft the furnace, and then craft the smoker, and get it placed down in front of the villager. And oh, and there we go. There, I got it in my hotbar, and once he takes the job, you'll notice his prices are a little bit higher. And I don't really like what I'm seeing. So I reroll once, reroll again, and I like what I see. Because I at least get an emerald trade in that first slot, which is what I want. Because I don't want to be going out and getting raw meat. So that's great. And so last villager I get is one of the clerics. And I am, and here I am kind of planning things out a little bit, making sense of making sure I am doing what I want to do and getting the rails where they need to be. I'm mining up rails, the rails that I had placed for the villager that I just did, and mining up more of the rails because I know where there is a cleric, and I know it is a long way, as you will see here shortly. And my pickaxe actually ends up breaking. I don't know why I started in one spot, then I didn't need to do that. The pickaxe breaks. I do two with my fist, break 2 rails with my fist, realize, wait, my crafting table's in the trading hall, which isn't very far. So I make a new iron pickaxe, run back up, and keep mining. So here, there's a point here coming up where I am struggling a little bit with placing dirt, of all things, over path blocks, because why not? Why wouldn't you be struggling with something so simple? Sorry, I yawned again. And I place it strategically, so if he chooses to leave, the only place he can go is in the minecart. Again, iron axe. There, I realize it. And I don't know why I didn't pick up the job site block. It makes no sense. I don't know why. But I get him onto. I get path planned out here a little bit because I'm not exactly sure. I'm just trying to avoid path. I get to a path, I go around it, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna build a bridge over this. I was gonna go around the hole, but decided to just build the bridge over. So that's what I do. And place a block here. Punch the donkey because it was in my way. And just going along and kind of planning out the route. Check the X, check which coordinate the rail is in line with, struggle to read it and pull out my phone camera actually to zoom in on the coordinates to actually be able to read it. Because the font is a little bit weird, and I look at the sun thinking, well, either I'm gonna get the villager in or end of day and I'll end the video. Well, I decided to go and do end of day, but change my mind in the middle of transporting this cleric and decide to get him just into the trading hall before I end the video. So, placing down rails, I run out. I knew I was going to. I run back, and I start pushing the villager along the rail here. And accidentally push him. I forgot about that. I accidentally pushed him back into the house. And that was a little annoying, but it's up and over. And I realized here, oh, this is a problem. Because the rail did not connect up to go up the block properly because it's a zigzag. And so I just straightened the corner, and here I realized that it's getting dark, and he rolled back into the house again, and so I'm pushing him along. You can see the moon there, or the sun setting there in the background, and it's getting dark. Apparently don't have Fulbright on here. And so I push him back a little bit. I run around him, and I stop the miner so it doesn't go all the way back. And I run back, mine some. I sleep, mine some rails up here. Once I sleep. And I mine all the way up to stupid donkey's still in the way. Mine all the way up to the vine cart. And looking back and forth here, kind of concerned about the iron golem moving the minecart back and pushing it off the rail, or stopping the minecart when I'm pushing it forward again. And I could have used furnace in a minecart, I guess. I didn't necessarily realize that while I was recording. I went a little bit long there, and so I backed it, mined a few rails, backed it up after looking at my coordinates, and have just enough rails to actually don't have enough rails. Thought I had enough rails. I don't have enough rails, and so I come back here and I start pushing him, and pushing him along, and I end up going a little bit too far, and he ends up off the tracks. So I sneak around him. I should have gone the other way around. And connect up the rails and push him into the spot. Then I have to, because I did pick up the job site block, the brewing stand before, I have to go get it. I don't know why I was mining those rails. I just was. And I realized that when I was coming back up. And so I placed them back and go run, get the brewing stand and mine up the rails as I'm going, because I know I'm gonna need them again next episode for when I move the rest of the villagers, hopefully. I hope I don't have as much trouble next episode as I do, or as I did this episode. And because that would just be annoying. Tomorrow, I don't know if I will be uploading a video on my Forever Worlds, because I will be posting a video on Crabcraft since Season 7 starts tomorrow. So, and I'm checking the trades here, you know, all that good stuff, and not really trading, just looking at re-rolling a little bit for the cleric to get ender pearls and bottles of enchanting, because I don't have to kill endermen for the ender pearls needed to beat the game. Then I am going to take that route. If I don't have to trade with piglets, I will take that route. I will eventually, I do plan on eventually getting full maxed out gear, full netherite gear. I do have a mod that does get rid of mutual exclusivity in the mod and for Minecraft, so I can have all 4 types of protection, and I can have smite and sharpness on a sword, an axe, and basically takes away, it just opens up a whole bunch more possibilities. So, talking about wrapping up here, and talking about what the upload will be like tomorrow. But I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I will upload a video on my Forever World tomorrow with Season 7 of Crabcraft starting tomorrow, and I will be uploading a video on that, so I will see how I feel. It really depends on how I feel after I make the video on Crabcraft, if I will upload tomorrow on my Forever Worlds, and how the day is going. So I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, like, and have a great day.